has anybody grown tired of praying for someone? Sometimes, just be honest. We get tired of saying the same prayers over and over again, but God's mercy is steadfast, and God is a turnaround God. Let this word be an extra boost of energy to keep praying and keep being present. Even for kings, even for people in power. I mean, obviously we wish and pray that this kind of turnaround that the king of Nineveh displays could happen in more places, in more situations, and more people of power, that they would turn from their evil and their violent ways. Says the king. That's what's so shocking, right? The king says, oh, I wish those people, this is like one of the most violent kings in history. He's like, oh, I wish the people would turn away from their violence and their evil ways. Well, I hope it starts with you, king. That's really the prayer here. And there are many of us praying for this to happen, especially with those presiding over terrible wars and violence. I got to attend my daughter's performance as part of the Lane Tech International Days just a couple of weeks ago. It's an event that features student-led clubs who perform a dance that they've been rehearsing for 7 months, representing a country in the world. Has anybody ever been to International Days? I know Sen does one, Lane, other high schools. Yeah, thank you. It's incredible. If you ever get a chance to go, please go. This year's celebration represented at least almost 30 countries. 2 of those countries were the Ukraine and Russia. And I think the leadership was asking, how do we handle this flag ceremony? And as they were trying to decide what to do, given what's going on, the terrible things happening in the war, the president, this is a kid now, a 17-year-old kid, the president of the Russian club stands up. This gets me. He says, we will be in the flag procession at the beginning of the event, but we're not going to carry our flag. Instead, we will walk behind the Ukrainian flag, holding a sign that says, we stand with Ukraine. And so that's what they did. And I got a picture of it because I was just so blown away. I mean, this event is always a moving experience. It's so beautiful to see the reverence and enthusiastic appreciation that is shown by all for each country and each culture represented. But this moment brought me to tears. Tears of sadness. Tears of gratitude. Because right there in the middle of a public school auditorium, I was in church, amen? This was God speaking to me. This was a group of teenagers ushering an entire crowd into a spirit of compassion, mercy, and hope. I experienced a surprising turnaround as I saw them walk up the center aisle. And may God hear their prayer. May God hear our prayer. And as people of faith, I think we need to be ready for such moments, because Jonah shows up to Nineveh and experiences a surprising turnaround. The prodigal son shows up on the road outside his father's property and experiences a surprising turnaround. I mean, good things happen when we show up. As we turn out as individuals, as households, as a whole pilgrim community, as we show up for the grace and the love of God to produce surprising turnarounds.